Good morning everyone, this is the group 5 and we are now presenting our topic which is the genetically modified organism. And everyone, my name is Fabian Aspedra, the first reporter of group 5. So today our topic is about the genetically modified organism. So at the end of this section, the student should be able to identify the uses and effects of GMO and gene therapy on society, particularly in the context of health and economy. Secondly is discuss the moral and bioethical questions concerning genetic engineering. So now let's define the genetically modified organism. So genetically modified organisms or GMO are products of artificial manipulation and alteration of a species genetic material in a laboratory using genetic engineering. Plant, animal, bacteria, and virus genes may be combined or may be crossbred to produce another kind of species that do not naturally occur in the environment. So genetically modified organisms is a plant or animal or microbe in which one or more changes have been made to the genome, typically using high-tech genetic engineering in an attempt to alter the characteristics of an organism. So yung mga patatas na kasing laki ng bola and yung mga butil ng bigas na doble ang laki, ito ang mga tinatawag na genetically modified organism or GMO. So GMO is used to produce crop on a short period of time. So before pa man, when we produce a crops, it takes long time ago before they have a final product. So, but now using a GMO, they can provide product even in a short span of time. So in scientists and biochemists discover GMO, most of all the foods we eat today is a product of GMO. So this food we are tested to consume by a consumer. That's what we call GMO. So the uses of GMO. So GMOs are used in many fields including agriculture, medicine, environmental safety. So agriculture developing pesticide resistant in crops, while the medicine making human insulin and treating disease like cancer and sickle cell anemia. So environmental safety naman reducing the transmission of malaria. So while GMOs offer many potential benefits to society, the potential risks associated with them have fueled controversy, so especially in the food industry. So many skeptics warn about the dangers that GM crops may pose to human health. For example, is the genetic manipulation may potentially alter the allergenic properties of crops. So whether some GM crops such as golden rice deliver on the promise of improved health benefit is also unclear. So the release of GM mosquitoes and other GMO into the environment also raised concerns. So more established risks were associated with the potential spread of engineered crop genes to native flora and the possible evolution of insecticide-resistant superbugs. The most controversial issues in science and technology is the introduction of genetically modified seeds in the agriculture sector. So that resulted in increased crop yield. New technologies are used to artificially develop traits in plants such as resistance to browning and pests. So with the aim to improve sector as a whole, humans seems to be disinterested in preserving genetic diversity that natural way. So increased crop yield, pest resistance, and other benefits of GMOs are indeed advantageous. So that need to be studied comprehensively. In addition, the growing concern with how GMO may affect consumers' health and the environments need to be addressed. So the introduction of genetically modified organisms seeds has significantly increased crop yields and improved agricultural productivity by developing traits such as pest resistance and browning resistance. However, this has led to a decrease in genetic diversity as natural preservation methods are being neglected. So, however, the widespread use of GMO has raised concerns about the loss of genetic diversity. Natural preservation methods are often overlooked in favor of these technological advancements. So one of the most contentious issues in the fields of science and technology is the introduction of genetically modified seeds into agriculture. So these modifications have led to increased crop yields. New technologies allow scientists to develop specific traits in plants such as resistant to browning and pests. So thereby improving harvest and agriculture sector as a whole o ay ginagamit sa iba't ibang larangan tulad ng agricultural, medicine, industrial. So, para mapabuti ang kalidad, kaligtasan at kausayan ng mga products. So, however, mahalaga pa rin ang pag-aalala sa mga potential na epekto nito sa kalusugan at kapaligiran natin. Kaya patuloy pa rin ang pagsasagawa ng pananaliksik at regulasyon upang masiguro ang kanilang kaligtasan at effectivity sa ating. That's all for my part, the introductions for genetically modified organisms. The rest will be discussed by my co-reporters. Thank you.
Genetic engineering is a direct manipulation of an organism genes using biotechnology. It involves altering the genetic makeup of an organism by introducing, deleting, or modifying specific genes. Scientists are able to turn a certain microorganism to many factories that make useful substances that our health and the environment and the economy. But what is genetic engineering? An organism DNA makes up its genes which code for all the proteins the organism needs to survive. Each gene's code for different protein or part of a protein. Genetic engineering is the manipulation of changing of DNA of an organism. It involves removing a gene from one organism, which is called the donor, and then transferring it to another organism, which is referred to as the recipient, is called a transgenic organism or genetically modified organism. Let's now look at the process of genetic engineering. How do we transfer a genetic characteristic from one organism to another? Although it's a very complex process, it can be summarized rather simply. So this is the example of genetic engineering.
So, good day everyone, especially to you, sir. So, I am by Azli Isaba from BSBA MK2A, and my topic was all about the continuation of the report of Group 5, which is the genetically modified organisms, or GMOs, and gene therapy. So, in 1993, the FDA approved a hormone called bovine somatotropin, or common known as BST, to be used in dairy cows. These hormones helps cows produce a more milk. As a result, farmers were able to get more milk from each cow, which help improve milk production and the dairy industry. So in 1994, the Environmental Protection Agency, or EAP, approved a new type of tomato called the Flavor Saver tomato. This was the first genetically modified food to be sold in stores. Scientists changed the tomato so it ripened more slowly, which made it stay fresh longer than regular tomatoes. So next is in 1995, the EAP, or the Environmental Protection Agency, approved 3 genetically modified crops, which is the BT potatoes, BT corn, and Roundup Ready soybeans. So these crops were designed to resist pests and herbicides. This helped farmers to grow crops more efficiently and reduce the needs for the chemical treatments. So in 1996, scientists in Australia discovered superweeds. These weeds were resistant to glyphosate, a popular herbicide. They were much harder to kill than normal weeds, making it more difficult for farmers to control them and protect their crops. So also in 1996, Dolly the sheep became the first cloned animal. Dolly was a sheep and became a symbol of the potential and ethical debates surrounding cloning technology. So that's all, and thank you for listening, everyone.
Good day everyone, my name is Olaya Modin and this is my report from STS. In 2003, na-discover ang species na Helicoverpa Z, isang uod na naging moth na kumakain ng GMO BT cotton sa southern US na nagpapakita ng resistance sa BT toxins. In 2006 naman, ang mga Yorkshire pigs ay genetically engineered upang makabuo ng enzyme sa kanilang laway na tumutulong sa pag-digest ng plant phosphorus na naiiba sa mga karaniwang baboy. Lastly, isang study noong 2011 sa Eastern Quebec ang nakadetect ng BT toxins sa dugo ng mga pregnant women na nagsasuggest na ang mga toxins na ito ay maaaring maipasa sa kanilang mga babies.
So good day everyone. So I will be discussed gene therapy. So let's define first what is gene therapy. So gene therapy is the method of inserting genes or nucleic acid into cells as a drug to treat genetic diseases. But how gene therapy works? We humans have its own gene, and our genes are made out of DNA, which are the blueprints to build enzyme or protein to do work to our body. And most people have 2 copies of each genes inherited from each of our parents, and they are the building blocks of our physical makeup. But sometimes genes aren't built correctly that can cause the protein to not work or not made at all, and we call it gene mutation. Now, the gene therapy is sending repair workers into our body to fix that gene mutation. These repair workers are called genes. They go inside the cell of our body to replace a damaged or missing gene to work properly again. But how this gene is transferred into the cell during gene therapy? So the gene is not directly inserted into a cell. Instead, a carrier, also known as vector, help deliver the gene into the cell. Typically, the virus is vector, because they are very good sneaky into affected cells, allowing it to insert the gene into the nucleus of cell. Now, let's move to the history of gene therapy.
Ethical issues in genetic engineering. When various concern on genetic engineering arise, making gene therapy and GMOs or genetically modified organism were very controversial innovation in science and technology. Others support that it is unethical for human to have a hand in genetically altering and engineering organism. There are instances when genetic engineering have caused severe repercussion to public health. Until today, cloning is still unacceptable to many for it violates the belief that only a higher being should be responsible for the existence of organism on Earth. So nung nagusbo nga itong genetic engineering ay nagkaroon na kung saan nag-modified sila ng mga organism o ini-improve o gumagawa sila ng pinagsasama nila yung iba't ibang uri na organism to make a new organism. So, ito ay naging very controversial innovation sa ano ng science and din ng technology. Ang iba ay sinusuportahan nila ito, ngunit ang iba ay sumalungat dahil nga ito ay ay nag-cause in some reason nag-cause ito ng severe na repercussion o nalagay sa alanganin ang health ng mga tao, lalo sa public. And until today, ang cloning ay hindi ina-accept ng iba kasi in religious belief or in ethical belief, dapat masasabing Diyos lang may karapatang gumawa ng isang existence ng isang organism dito sa mundo. So, there are also ethical and moral issues on stem cells therapy at is make use of stem cell sourced from human embryos and thus destroy them. This concern regarding genetic engineering and gene therapy are rooted in the question of whether or not humans are playing gods in the alteration of genes or of organism. Genetic engineering also poses problems in agriculture. Hence, there is a need to study the ecological processes applied in agricultural production system. Agroecology is a field of study that represents novel management approach on farming system that may help address concerns regarding the effect of GMOs on biodiversity and health of the consumers. Further research as well as clinical experiment to outline functional mechanism, productive approach, patient-related studies, and upcoming challenges should be done to address existing problem in development of an acquired future perspective in gene therapy. So, nagkaroon ng ethical and moral issues sa stem cell therapy na kung saan gumagamit ang source ng stem cell therapy ay kadalasang human embryos na kung saan ito ay nakakasira sa katawan ng tao. And this concern na regarding sa genetic engineering and gene therapy may tanong doon na kung tao ba ang may gawa o nag-aast ang Diyos para sa alteration nitong genes organism. Ang genetic engineering din ay nagpo-possess ng problem sa agriculture. Kung saan kinailangan nilang mag-aral o kailangan nilang pag-aralan ng ecological processes na ina-applied sa agricultural na production. Ang isa sa baon nito ay ang agroecology na may study na present novel management approach on farming system na ito ay ginagamit nila sa farming system at na-address nila kung ano bang epekto ng GMOs o genetically modified organism sa biodiversity at sa health ng mga consumers. Further ang research as well ay parang isa ring clinical experiment na ang goal nito ay magkaroon ng outline functional mechanism maging related sa ng patients ng pasyente at upcoming challenges na mas maharap nila yung upcoming na mga or possibilities na mga challenges na makakaharap nila sa future perspective ng gene therapy. Yun lang po. Thank you.